There is one verse in the Bible, one powerful yet terrifying verse that is in almost every Christian home, a verse that many read, memorize, and even display proudly, yet few truly understand its dangerous meaning. What if I told you that this verse has the power to shake your faith, test your devotion, and reveal something about your soul that you never expected? Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover may change the way you see Christianity forever. The most dangerous verse in the Bible. This verse is so well known, yet its true meaning is often overlooked. It is displayed in homes, churches, and even on bookmarks. But could it be that Christians are unknowingly invoking something far more powerful than they realize? Before we reveal this verse, let me ask you this. Have you ever prayed for something only to feel like God's response was different from what you expected? Have you ever wondered if there are verses in the Bible that, when misunderstood, could lead to dangerous consequences? Because this verse is one of them. The verse we are talking about is none other than Joshua 24:15. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Sounds harmless, right? A declaration of faith, a beautiful statement. But what if I told you that this verse is actually a dangerous commitment, one that can make or break your spiritual life? Most Christians see this verse as an encouragement, a family motto, but in its historical and spiritual context, it is a covenant, a solemn vow before God. And here's where it gets terrifying. The Bible warns us repeatedly that making a vow to God and failing to keep it brings serious consequences. And yet, millions declare this verse without realizing its weight. Could it be that they are unknowingly calling down judgment upon themselves? Consequences of breaking a vow to God. What happens when someone makes a vow to God but does not fulfill it? The Bible has answers, and they might shock you. In fact, there are verses that explicitly warn about the danger of making such commitments lightly, the history and hidden danger. To understand the full weight of Joshua 24:15, we need to go back thousands of years to the time of Joshua himself. Picture this. The Israelites had entered the promised land. They had witnessed miracles, victories, and divine intervention. But now, Joshua stood before them and challenged them. Choose this day whom you will serve. And in response, the people of Israel declared their faithfulness to God. But here's the twist. The Israelites, despite their bold declarations, repeatedly broke their covenant with God. They turned to idols, they disobeyed, and they faced the consequences. And if history teaches us anything, it's that God takes vows very seriously. Does this apply to us today? So what does this mean for us today? If millions of Christians are declaring this verse in their homes without fully understanding the weight of the commitment, could they be unknowingly inviting spiritual consequences? We'll explore that in just a moment. But first, let's look at what the Bible says about broken vows. The Bible is crystal clear on this subject. Ecclesiastes 5:4-5 states, "When you make a vow to God, do not delay to fulfill it. He has no pleasure in fools. Fulfill your vow. It is better not to make a vow than to make one and not fulfill it." These are not just empty words. Throughout history, we see examples of those who made vows and suffered the consequences of breaking them. One of the most tragic examples is found in Judges 11. Jephthah, a mighty warrior, made a rash vow to God, promising to sacrifice whatever came out of his house first if he won the battle. And what happened? His own daughter was the first to greet him, a devastating consequence of a vow made too quickly. How can we avoid this danger? So if making vows to God is so dangerous, what can we do? Should we stop declaring our faith? Or is there a way to ensure we are truly prepared to keep the commitments we make? The answer might surprise you. How to honor God properly. God does not expect perfection, but He does expect sincerity. Instead of making empty declarations, we must live our faith daily. Jesus himself warned against making oaths lightly in Matthew 5:37. Let your yes be yes and your no, no. This means that instead of just displaying Joshua 24:15 as decoration, we must ensure we are living by it. So before you put up that verse in your home, ask yourself, am I truly ready to live this commitment? Because this verse is not just decoration, it is a powerful declaration of allegiance to God. And as history has shown, that is not something to take lightly. What other verses have hidden dangers? And now, I have one final question for you. If this verse carries such deep implications, could there be other verses in the Bible with hidden meanings that most Christians overlook? The answer is shocking, and I'll reveal it in an upcoming video, so make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching. If this video challenged your faith or opened your eyes to something new, let me know in the comments. And if you want to learn more about the mysteries of the Bible, subscribe for more biblical truths.